It's more about balance. March 13, 2015. Life, with all its ups and downs, can easily be described as being multifaceted. To bring forth peace and harmony into one's life, it is vital to your own being to be able to find balance to what life throws at you. We know this can sometimes be a huge challenge, but one that is worthy of your effort in the long run. There are many dear souls that wish for more hours in the day, or another day in the week just to get more done, but even if there were added time, you still would fill up that extra time to the point of overflow, that cause life to become out of balance in the first place. Instead of looking for more time to get your work and goals done, consider giving yourself a free hour or even a free day to do what you want that makes your heart and soul sing. How could you make room for a free day or free hour when you push yourself so hard to get so much done in the few hours you are given each day? Would you then finally begin to prioritize what needs to be dealt with right away and let what is least important to get done when it gets done? Do you not deserve time with yourself, where you don't worry or give too much concern about matters that will not necessarily improve or become worse just because you were not there for a short moment in time? You always manage to get some of the things done already that is important, but not always leaving much time for yourself, which leads to you becoming imbalanced with energy, your inner person ignored, and you feeling out of sorts. You can become more productive and give yourself more time just by learning to prioritize and keeping focus on doing what is most important and not worrying so much about what cannot get done during the time you have given. It is important to remind yourself, dear ones, that some things are just out of your control, and it does not do you any good to worry about such things. Worry is a kind of action that depletes your precious energy, taking sensitive energy that could have used elsewhere, leaving you tired and sometimes frustrated with yourself and with life. Even the most productive person has a backlog of things and needs that they know need attention, but their primary focus is on what is most important, and if they have room for something else, then they discern at that time which of the least important things can move up and become completed or achieved. You have the ability, dear ones, to change the dynamics of your life simply by learning to become more organized with what is important and what is not so much. Adding more is not the answer when you already have too much to do to begin with. When you know you have no extra time, don't try to squeeze in more things to do. Know your limit and stick to it. You will do no one any good, especially yourself, if you burn yourself out. Remember, you are an important person. You may not always feel important, but you are here not only to fill a job description, but to put your best foot forward in all you do, serving and giving your heart in all aspects of life as God works endlessly through your selfless efforts. When you find yourself becoming overwhelmed, you find yourself easily stressed, and when you reach such a state, you are no longer really productive, you are just going through the motions, and you become more counterproductive simply because you are mentally and emotionally tired, and when you are so fatigued, this lack of energy will eventually affect your health and lower the good positive energy you normally emit. What you cannot complete in an 8 or even 12-hour day will have to wait for the next day. Don't fret over it, rise above it, accept it, and don't let this become you. You are not your work, or your co-workers, or your friends and family. You are you. It can be hard at first, learning to balance your emotions with what is going on in your life, but it is not impossible. Remember, dear ones, it isn't all about time, but more about balance. When you learn to balance your time and energy along with your emotions and feelings, your whole life benefits. Living a balanced life requires you to put aside adequate attention to the important things in life that do include your physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual well-being. Just because you are a little busy, doesn't mean you cannot find ways or methods that are creative as well as productive and efficient. When you no longer are caring about what you are doing, then there is no balance, and productivity is minimum. We do understand that some of your duties or tasks are mundane and boring, but that doesn't mean they should be done sloppily. Everything that you do and touch, if done with the heart and soul in balance, will carry quality and personal excellence, which also demonstrates a healthy balance of your inner and outer self. Balance, like anything else, is about you making choices. You need to choose if you want quantity out of life or quality. It is hard to make both happen at the same time. You need to choose one over the other. When you raise the quality of your life, you're saying without even speaking the words that you understand what is important requires your focus, and you are willing to set limits in order to get these things done. Family, professional, personal, and spiritual commitments can often cause complications to your inner balance, and that is only because you try to do too much and allow yourself to get caught up in other people's drama. Prioritizing is important, not only in your professional life, but in your personal, family, and spiritual life as well. You already know, dear ones, that life is about making choices, and sometimes you just have to say no without feeling guilty. Of course, when you take the time to apply more energy into accomplishing your tasks or goals, you are adding quality into your efforts. Quality is something that cannot be rushed. When you are adding quality, you are caring, demonstrating love and kindness towards what you are doing. And this caring energy can be applied in all facets of life. Understand, dear ones, the discipline and determination you use to ensure each step to your task or goal, if done right, will reward you with successful outcomes. And if for some reason your outcome was not quite what you had envisioned, then you have given yourself something to learn from. Nothing you do is ever a waste, when all has purpose. Balancing life, as we have said before, requires you to make choices, especially when determining what is most important to what is least important. Doing less may take you longer, but in the long run, the quality you put out far outweighs the time needed. In addition, you will discover you have more time for yourself. It does not feel good when you are rushed. We know there are some things that have deadlines that need to be done by a certain time. Don't become frazzled and anxious, take each step at a time, don't forget to breathe and prioritize what is needed that would be most effective, and do it with all your heart and soul effort. Balance can be added to even the most time-sensitive tasks, when you come from a mindset that is calm and at peace. You can bring joy into every aspect of your life simply by learning that less is more, and when you apply yourself with quality instead of quantity, you feel a greater sense of accomplishment and self-satisfaction. When you are setting priorities, list what is most important and be realistic. Only add what really needs to get done and what would contribute to adding more time and quality to your life. If you have any doubt on something you are unsure about, then don't add it as a priority. Comprehend the highest of priorities will take up a greater portion of your time. Therefore, don't permit secondary undertakings to become more important. Remember, if something is of a low priority, then it does not get so much of your time or energy. Be firm with your priorities. When you do finally make a plan for yourself, or a goal, commit to it. If you have planned to go for a leisurely walk, or meet an old friend, or do something with your family, then don't allow yourself to become distracted by something that unexpectedly crossed your path. Your plans are valuable. Your word to yourself is just as important as it is to another dear soul. Learning to use time efficiently seems to be a huge challenge for so many dear souls. So many people are trying to cram so much in a single day, then wonder later on why they are sick or extremely tired. Always try to find ways that enable you to complete more but in less time, that demonstrate your creative side. Stop dwelling on how many hours you have at work to complete certain tasks. Think of each task as small projects and determine how much time you are willing to commit to each one. Make it a point to recognize how valuable you are to your workplace and why your quality of skill is important. Remember, you are here for a reason. Sometimes when you see other people's work, it inspires you to find more creative solutions to your own work. You can construct so many new opportunities just by adding more creativity and focus to your work. When you shift your focus, you change what you are seeing. Many times, observing what your fellow coworker, or student, or even neighbor is doing, will help develop new friendships that have the potential of lasting a lifetime. Having a balanced life also includes bringing balance and harmony to your physical body, And you do this by providing yourself with adequate exercise, diet, and rest. If your health is poor, then your focus will be clouded. Treat your body like the temple it is. When you respect your whole self, that includes your physical self, you will feel better and perform better, which will promote a more meaningful and harmonious life. From prioritizing what is most important to what is least and not attaching worry to what you cannot finish in a day, you will find you have more time to decompress. It is important to your own well-being, dear ones, to find time in each day to relax and open your heart. Let the worries of your day leave you, for the day is over and done. Give yourself some quality time that will help relieve stress and anxiety. Making time for meditation, prayer, and sitting in quiet contemplation are all great ways to bring balance back into your inner self that will help you unwind after a busy day. As we prepare to end this week's transmission, think of the ways you decompress. Are they effective, or do you think they need to be upgraded? After prioritizing what needs your focus the most, how do you feel? Your feelings are important, dear ones. They tell you what is going on inside of you and where your focus is or should be. Are you listening? And so it is. I'm Ascended Master, Serapis Bey, through Julie Miller. SpiritualNetworks.com